As promised, we are back with the final episode of JLA vs. Avengers, titled The Brave and the Bold. Today, we see the Earth's mightiest heroes and the world's greatest superheroes fight the ultimate battle to save all space-time continuum. Smash that subscribe button for more epic comics crossovers like this. Now, let's jump in to witness the final act of Team Up of the Millennium.
Previously, Krona pulled Galactus into reality from the Grandmaster's mind. He brutally pummeled Galactus and uncovered his origin by tapping into his mind, learning that he belonged to the universe of Ta. The universe of Ta was collapsing.
The people of Ta, in one final effort to fight, manned a ship to the terminal point where matter was collapsing. Everyone perished, except for one man. He drove his ship into the terminal point, where the sentience of the universe invited him to merge with him. That man was transformed into Galactus. Krona learned that in Marvel Universe, it was a voice, but in DC, it was a hand. And he would not stop till he uncovered the truth about the power that gave birth to the universes. Metron advised him against it, but Krona was adamant. He wouldn't stop until the reality was ashes. As the DC and Marvel Earths continued merging, Spider-Man rescued a child from a burning building as disasters continued worldwide. Superheroes like Nova, Speedball, and Daredevil fought to contain the chaos, while media reported on collapsing landmarks from Jerusalem to Salisbury Plain. Reporters speculated about the Avengers' efforts to manage the growing crisis. In the alternate Earth's New York, heroes like Cyborg, Starfire, and other Titans coordinated evacuation and rescue missions. Lois Lane reported on the mysterious mists that had engulfed Gotham and Metropolis, now shifting unpredictably. Titans investigated the anomalies as time distortions and even dinosaurs began appearing, escalating panic amongst the outsiders. Inside their joint HQ, the Avengers and Justice League argued about what to do. Vision lashed out, distraught by the idea of rewriting history and losing his children. Scarlet Witch calmed him, explaining that the chaos magic here was warping reality. Things were unstable, and time was fluctuating. She convinced Vision that restoring the timeline was necessary, even if it meant sacrificing their current memories. Later, the united team debated their plan to stop Krona. Batman cautioned that Krona had enslaved others before and could have powerful defenses. Hal Jordan warned that each artifact Krona held was a major threat, so they had to be very careful. Superman nominated Captain America as the team's commander, a decision everyone accepted. Captain America asked John if everyone would follow his order. John scanned everyone's mind and said that they would follow Cap without a sliver of doubt. So they started to devise a way in. Aquaman arranged for an Imperial Atlantean warcraft. Hal Jordan devised it to run on the Green Lantern power battery. Vision plugged into the neural network of the ship to operate all data in the speed of thought. Iron Man supplied the cannon power for thrust and maneuverability. Batman helped. Atom and Wasp did the wiring. As the multiversal harmonics neared alignment, Vision reflected on how hard the upcoming transfer would be. Wanda assured him she understood. Nearby, Hank Pym apologized to Jan for the actions of his alternate self in the correct timeline. Jan told him it didn't matter in the face of two worlds' fates. Meanwhile, Barry and Hal shared coffee and memories. Hal recited the Green Lantern Oath and prepared. Barry admitted they were sacrificing happiness, but at least someone would still fight for their ideals. Hal and Barry took a walk, reminiscing about past times with friends. They joked about their first impressions of each other and how much things had changed. Barry left to try to contact Iris. Elsewhere, Thor and Superman shared a moment of camaraderie, each acknowledging the other's strength. Superman expressed his fear that even the combined might of the Avengers might not be enough against Krona. Captain America asked Superman to carry his shield in the final battle, which Superman accepted with honor. When the moment arrived, the Atlantean ship, enhanced by tech from both universes, launched with Wanda's magic and Barry's cosmic treadmill, tearing through space-time toward Krona's stronghold. It arrived in a twisted battlefield, built from Galactus's remains. Krona had been expecting them and deployed his thralls, triggering a massive firefight. The ship was hit. It crash-landed, scattering Krona's minions, the Cobra cult. But the heroes had already off-boarded. Everyone launched an assault, while Superman screamed a war cry, "Avengers assemble." John linked everyone with his telepathic controls, as Captain America gave the orders from the ship. He told Giant Man to take away the enemy's firepower. He told Wanda to counter the power fluxes. Iron Man and Aquaman took the telepathic orders and incapacitated Krona's army. Lantern, Diana, John encountered the humanoids, as Superman and Thor lay waste to another humanoid army. Flash and Wasp followed orders to find an entry point inside the ship, while Batman went inside the control station to shut it down. But suddenly, there was a chronal storm. Heroes were expunged from reality, and other heroes took their place. Even their uniforms started changing. Quicksilver helped Superman to disperse the enemies, while Green Arrow and Hawkeye stood back-to-back going into a target contest, hitting Krona's henchmen. But they were dispersed by the Royal Flush Gang appearing out of nowhere. Krona, seated in his lair, revealed he had captured the Universal Avatars, the living consciousnesses of both universes. He warned that the energies he was drawing would soon destabilize the realms. He demanded Metron's help to force the Avatars into giving answers before they were annihilated. But Metron refused, questioning whether Krona truly sought truth or conquest. Metron vanished, leaving Krona frustrated. Outside, the battle raged on. Heroes from both teams fought side by side against monstrous defenders. Batman contacted Captain America, confirming the field generators were down and that explosives had cleared a path. As he scouted ahead, he was ambushed by Batroc, who eagerly challenged him to a skillful duel. Nearby, Plastic Man was overwhelmed by confusion about his own existence amid the chaos. Black Canary knocked out Screaming Meanie, who had attacked Hercules, whose appearance had changed. Faust and other sorcerers jumped in attacking Hercules and Canary. Red Tornado formed a massive wind barrier to protect the team's advance and destroy Felix Faust's energy wall. Mr. Terrific led the charge through the opening, coordinating their movements across multiple defensive rings. Cap ordered to form a beachhead and create rings of defenses. Thor offered aid to Superman mid-battle, but Superman, though bloodied, assured him he could hold on. His concern lay with Red Tornado's safety. Thor flew in and struck a thunder to free Red Tornado from getting overwhelmed by Felix's evil energy. Hawkeye tackled Absorbing Man, but the ground under him caved in. He was saved by Flash as he carried him away swiftly. But suddenly, a surge of fire from Jack-o'-lantern obliterated both Flash and Hawkeye. Hal screamed in rage, witnessing his friend's death, and he attacked with his full might. Within the chronal storm, Hal slowly changed into Kyle, powered by the rays of the cosmic cube. He fired cosmic bullets, obliterating Jack-o'-lantern. Thor screamed at the heroes to not let the sacrifice go in vain. He destroyed the enemy ranks with a thunder strike. She-Hulk downed them with a mighty punch. Ant-Man caught Atom from falling. Green Arrow picked up Hawkeye's quiver and promised that he would not let even one arrow go in vain. Captain America screamed at the heroes to not let go. And they didn't. They pushed forward. Despite the odds, despite the chronal anomalies, they fought on. Dr. Light helped the Captain Marvels of both the worlds. Firestorm attacked after Cersei blew away Krona's army. But the chronal storm started again. Hulk appeared, and John changed into Bloodwind. This disrupted the telepathic link amongst the heroes. Right then, Prometheus attacked Cap, claiming that he had downloaded Batman's fighting skills into his mind. And on the other hand, another group of villains challenged Batman. Black Panther, Huntress, and Black Widow jumped in to help Batman. All the heroes said, "Bring it on." Krona finally realized that he wasn't merely a truth seeker. He was a ruler who believed in conquest, and he wanted to make both the universes pay. The citadel of Krona started to disintegrate. The heroes fought on despite the chronal storm. Cap defeated Prometheus. Batman and others defeated the villains. The war arena got marked with blood and sweat. Suddenly, Wanda materialized again, and she witnessed Eternity and Kismet, the Marvel and DC universe, kissing in unison. Krona kept attacking. Iron Man channeled his laser blast through Kyle's emerald constructs and blew out one part of the citadel. The villains and heroes kept appearing and vanishing, but none of them stopped fighting. The appearance of the heroes and villains kept changing without pause. Suddenly, giant cavemen appeared with stone clubs. Wonder Woman brought down one of the Citadel pillars on them using her lasso, then joined forces with She-Hulk. Radioactive Man and Sola attacked Superman, one mimicking kryptonite and the other mimicking red sun radiation. One red tornado, witnessing it, poured all his solar radiation into Superman, empowering him, and then succumbed. Superman punched the villains away. Superman tried punching open the wall of the Citadel, but failed as the energy was too strong. Thor saw it and hurled the Mjolnir at him, saying, "Do thou well with it." Superman caught Mjolnir mid-air. He could not fathom the power that the hammer carried. He gained momentum, struck the energy wall with the hammer, and the wall was obliterated into pieces. He stood with the Mjolnir and Cap's shield, victorious. Suddenly, Superman and all other heroes was thrown away with an energy blast. Krona stood tall, armored, ready to destroy both the universes. No one could oppose his will, or the imminent end. He looked at the merged eternity and Kismet, and boasted that they would soon meet their end. But his attention was interrupted by Flash, running around his footing. He screamed at him, saying that he watched him die. But Flash was just a distraction. Hawkeye was alive too. He shot an arrow to the merging Earths and Artifacts ring, and broke it. The arrow was a TNT arrow. And then, there was a catastrophic and disastrous blast, and the whole artifact ring was destroyed. A bright light started sucking everything in. Krona screamed in fear, and he and the artifacts were all pulled into nothingness. The chronal chaos faded as all of existence came back to normal. Wally appeared in Barry's place. Aquaman's hand was gone. The heroes' appearances were rectified to present. All the heroes gathered together, when Batman suddenly pointed at something in the sky. It was an unfathomable sight of two hands trying to separate the DC and Marvel Earths. As the worlds parted, in between them stood Hal Jordan, reverted back to the Spectre. He separated the worlds and vanished into thin air. As the dust settled from the battle, Superman examined Red Tornado and confirmed that there were no signs of internal activity. No power, no movement. He had given everything without hesitation, and would have given more if he could. Thor acknowledged Red Tornado's sacrifice, and reassured the team that their scientists would do all they could to revive him. Miss Marvel interrupted, alerting everyone to an overwhelming energy surge. Iron Man warned that reality itself was rebuilding. The ground quaked, prompting everyone to evacuate as Galactus began to reform from the rubble. Superman tried to lift Mjolnir to hand it back to Thor, but couldn't. Thor explained the enchantment placed by Odin, only allowing a few to wield it in desperate hours. Still, he admitted that Superman had held it briefly, proving that the hammer was in good hands. As Eternity and Kismet separated from their embrace, the heroes rushed to escape the collapsing stronghold. Flash and Green Lantern joked about the chaos, while the others prepared to return to their realities. Superman spoke to Captain America, reflecting on the uncertainties they all carried, doing too much or too little, but emphasized that they never stopped trying. Captain saluted the League and the Avengers, saying he was glad to have met them all. Though they'd come together, overcome differences, and fought as one, the time had come to return to their incompatible worlds. They accepted it with quiet resolve. Elsewhere, the Grandmaster and Metron observed Krona's essence sealed within a cosmic egg, floating in the void. The Grandmaster reflected that the heroes had restored everything, or almost everything, and that the experience, while intense, was worth it. Krona had lost, but gained answers. The cosmic egg would birth a new universe one day, and Metron will be there to document it. And perhaps, they mused, they might do it all again. That wraps up the grand epic of greatest team-up of the millennium. Smash that subscribe button for more stories like this. Leave your thoughts in the comments box. We will come back with the complete JLA Avengers saga, combining all 4 episodes, in our new Complete Comic Book Saga playlist. Meanwhile, spread the word. ComixFM is your one-stop for kick-ass comic stories. And keep supporting the comic book industry.